What's up guys, it's Caitlin Bea and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you from my new apartment. If my neighbor video hasn't come out yet, it's coming very soon, but it should be up, and if it is, I will put it in the info bar above. Watch that after this video if you are in for a treat. It's gonna be a long one, but I'm in my new office. I'm so excited. It is a mess. Like, why do I have potty pads right there? I don't know, Ollie doesn't even use them. I have a great window now in my office. I'm very excited about it, but in turn you get this ugly background. So like, we're just gonna disregard that for now. Okay, is that cool? So I asked you guys this morning, do you want a Q&A or an everyday get ready with me? You guys were exactly split 50-50, so I decided I'm gonna film both. So I just asked you guys to send in your questions. It could be anything from beauty, advice, business, lifestyle, wellness, whatever you guys want. So we are going to dive into that now. I'm very excited to see what you guys have to say. Boom. I have also partnered with Hair Food on this video, so hopefully you guys have a hair question in here. Otherwise, I'm just gonna tell you anyway. All right, so the first question is, who is your biggest style inspiration, a celebrity or influencer? To be honest, I don't think I've ever really had a celebrity style inspiration. I've never just felt like celebrities have very attainable style. You know, they all have personal stylists pretty much. And I just find that it's not very like relatable style, something that I could like whip together in my own closet. But for influencers, I honestly just anyone who I follow, like I feel like I look to anyone really just for inspiration. Always pretty much just been like a basic bitch. You know, I love neutrals, anyone with like a neutral color palette. But I do love Naheen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She is just everything gold, but I do get inspired for like creating night outlooks by her. I just love, oh, she just kills it. Whew, love. I know everyone hates this question, but what do you hope to be doing in 5 years? In 5 years, I will be 30, which is crazy to think about. How am I already 25? Going through a quarter life crisis. Okay, I really hope to be doing what I love. Obviously still, I know it's a cliche answer, but I am doing what I love right now, like job wise, and I would still love to be doing that no matter what that looks like. I will be having a physical product for you guys, hopefully a brand that's sustainable or at least carbon neutral. I really have like a lot of goals for a business to create, and I have a lot of ideas. It's just kind of finding, you know, like the capital and finding the right business partners and manufacturers. Like there's so many things that go into it that I just am so uneducated on, and I do need to start now. I want to take some classes. I want to like learn what all goes into that so that I can create like an awesome boss product and brand. Also around 30, we'll probably be married by then, maybe just starting to have kids. I think I want to wait till like 30 to have kids, but like who knows what's gonna happen. I'm trying to see if there are any hair questions in here, so like please hold. We have a couple. First question is, how come you don't wear your hair with its natural texture? I have answered this in stories before. You guys are very supportive when it comes to me wearing my hair natural whenever I show like glimpses of it, and I'm like, girl, my hair is crazy today. You guys are always so nice. Like no one's ever been like, yeah, your hair is fugly. Unless the person has the same hair texture that I do and like gets it, it doesn't make me feel confident. It doesn't make me feel good. I've never really loved my hair natural. I've worn it a couple times, but I like to shower at night, and obviously sleeping on your naturally curly hair, it gets really frizzy. It doesn't dry cute unless you like sleep in a braid or something. So it's just crazy. And like I wake up and I'm like, I need to do something with this. So maybe if I showered more in the daytime, I could like figure it out, but like we just haven't gotten there. So that's the tea. Or shall I say that's the oat milk latte. Next hair question is from Abby, and she says, okay, spill, how do we get your hair color? I actually just did a whole blog post on how I color my hair and how I maintain my hair color, and I actually did it with Hair Food as well. So if you guys want to check that out, I go very in depth about what I asked for at the salon, exactly how I maintain my hair color with Hair Food between colors. So go check out my blog. I will link it down below. But thank you, Abby, for that segue. I've been using Hair Food shampoos and conditioners and also their hair masks since January. I started with their purifying line. Now I'm onto their nourishing. So this one is coconut milk and chai spice. These smell so good. Like just think about your favorite chai tea latte, but like in your hair. It also smells very tropical. Like it reminds me of that, but also a tropical vacation.
I could go for that right now.
Their whole mission is feed your hair like you feed your body. So they're all about simple ingredients. They're all sulfate-free, paraben-free, mineral oil-free, and dye-free, which I think is amazing. Sulfates strip your hair color. I'm sure you know that if you do color your hair. So I always look for a good sulfate-free shampoo. It's really important to me to maintain my color because I don't like to go into the salon more than I have to. I literally go like twice a year to color my hair. So like I really need my color to last. But this collection in particular is really great for just adding a lot of moisture to your hair. So if you've got dry hair like myself, myself, it's awesome. But it doesn't weigh your hair down. You know how sometimes it's like your hair looks so flat after? And I have naturally voluminous hair, so if a product weighs my hair down, I can't even imagine how much it would weigh down someone with like thin and flat hair normally. So I just try to steer clear of that, and I would never recommend anything like that to you guys because I just don't personally like that. So this feels really weightless, but also very moisturizing. And they're less than $8 each, you guys, at Walmart. So I think that's such a good price. So heck yes to affordability, ladies. I will link these down below. You can get them online and also in stores at Walmart. So definitely recommend. Next question is, what's the biggest lesson you've learned this year so far? I love that question. This also might be from Parks and Rec. One of my favorite shows. Don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing. And that's something that I have been trying to live my life by recently, wholeheartedly. I want to please people, and I like to take on and like help people, and I like to and find myself falling into the trap of just taking on too many things, just biting off more than I can chew, and in turn, that is detrimental to me, just my business in general, especially if I'm working with brands, if I'm taking on too many, for example, or just trying to spread myself too thin around friends. A lot of areas in life that this can pertain to, and instead I should just be focusing on less things and just like putting my all and my heart into it. Lately, this has been like my motto. It's something I've learned so hard. I want to focus more on what I'm passionate about and creating and just like producing something that I love, even if that means, you know, like turning down opportunities, even if that means telling someone no. I need to feed my soul more, and I think that's something we can all learn and implement in our lives. Just don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing. Ron Swanson. Do you believe in the Enneagram, zodiac, or personality quizzes, and what are you? Yes, I definitely do. Not the personality quizzes that are like on BuzzFeed, or that's like, let me tell you your personality based on what pie you like. Like, I don't like, no, like that is like a little suspicious to me, although sometimes they're weirdly accurate. But what I do full ass believe is zodiac 100%. So if you are skeptical about the zodiac or like do not believe it at all, that's totally fine. But before you have that opinion, you have to look up your birth chart. Okay, I'm gonna put it down in the description box below, a link to my favorite site where you can learn all about your birth chart. So you have to know the location that you were born in, like the city, the state, the exact time you were born, and then your birth date. So it's a lot more in depth than just like your birth date, because obviously we all know pretty much like what our zodiac sign is. To answer your question, I am an Aquarius, and I am full-heartedly an Aquarius. But if you look up your birth chart, it is insane. It'll tell you exactly where all of the planets were in your alignment, not just your sun or your moon sign. Like, it'll tell you everything in location to where you were born and how those planetary alignments affect your personality. And it is crazy, like crazy. I had my sister and Alex look theirs up because a couple years ago we were talking about zodiacs, and my sister and Alex do not believe it at all. They looked up their birth charts and they were all like jaw drop, and they were like, okay, actually I can't dispute any of this. It is so like to a T. If you guys have not taken your birth chart yet, do it, and then let me know in the comments below what you think. If you still don't believe it, that's totally fine, but like let me know, because I'm very curious to see if it changes your mind at all or if it's accurate at all. As for the Enneagram, I can't remember what I am. I did take this recently, and I will put my results right here. I have it on my computer. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Definitely agree with that. I was like dead on. Next question is, what advice do you have for someone starting a biz and having a full-time job already? Do your full-time job, your 9 to 5, whatever you're doing, and then start whatever your passion project is. If it's, you know, being an influencer, if it's being, you know, whatever it is, start that on the side while you're still doing a full-time job. It's gonna be a lot of work, but you have to put in that work to really like see if you can build something off of this. It can be really hard to get your side hustle going, and I think if you do quit your full-time job, in my opinion, you are going to feel the pressure of making an income off of that right away, and that pressure is going to like eat you up. Obviously that's a good thing to like give you that drive, but I don't think you should be like focusing on making money off of your side hustle, your passion project right away. That's instantly gonna take the fun out of it, and you're gonna be in it for the wrong reasons. You're gonna be in it to make money versus just like creating something for other people and like spreading a message. So for me, like I started my YouTube with no expectations. Obviously it wasn't a thing back then to make money, but I didn't make money for years from it, and I was totally fine. I was purchasing everything. Gifting product wasn't even like a thing, but I would just say give it your all. It's gonna be a lot, but you have to make some sacrifices. If it's something that you see like you want to make a full-time job and you eventually want to make it your goal to quit that full-time job, give yourself like a goal. So like in 1.5 years, I'm going to be making this side hustle my full-time job. And eventually when you start making money, monetizing that, then you can, you know, then talk about, depending on your savings, depending on your income, you can talk about leaving your other job. You know what I mean? Would you ever take a break from social media, or is it hard since it's your job? Yeah, I could not take like a big long break from social media because it exactly is my job. If you weren't an influencer, what would your ideal 9 to 5 be? I don't believe there would be an ideal 9 to 5 for me. I have never worked for anyone a day in my life, and I will never work for anyone a day in my life. There is no 9 to 5 that sounds appealing to me. I'm never gonna work a 9 to 5 ever. But I will say though, when I do launch a brand, I am sure I'm gonna be like overseeing everything, and it's gonna be more of like a 9 to 5, but not really, because when you're like an entrepreneur or launch a brand business, like it's something that you just can't turn off, kind of like this job right now. Like I work, you know, constantly. There is never like an off switch there. So I have the feeling that it's gonna be the same if I launch a brand or business in the future. Like it's not really gonna be a 9 to 5, it's gonna be a full-time 24/7 kind of thing. Like you live and breathe that. What camera equipment do you have for vlogging and shooting? I'm actually shooting on my vlog camera right now. I love shooting on this. Cameras are getting good, you guys. But I use a couple different cameras, like for my DSLR, and then I also use this one. So if you guys wanna check it out, it'll be linked below. How do you save up for all of your trips? If you're okay with me asking how much exactly it was it. I'm not sure what trip you're referring to, because the last trip I took was Stagecoach and then Coachella. And then before that was like Miami. So I couldn't give you like an exact number about what it is. Obviously Coachella was more because Alex and I had to buy tickets for that. If you're referring to last year when we took 6 months off and traveled, so basically how that worked, I couldn't give you an exact number on how much we spent while we were traveling, because my mom actually gifted Alex and I, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, she gifted us money to travel. Like that was just my only Christmas present from her. It was like, I just want you guys to travel. So I thought that was the most generous gift ever, which definitely helped. We put that towards obviously our big trip. But when we decided to travel, we put all of our stuff in storage, which we had to pay like $400 to $800 a month for car storage, and like putting our 2-bedroom apartment in storage, definitely less than our rent. So like for 6 months, we saved like $30,000, you guys. I know, which is absolutely insane to admit, but that's just the reality. We literally saved like $30,000. So we lived rent-free during that 6 months while we were traveling. We had my mom's place that we were graciously able to use, and then we just traveled from there. We definitely saved money by flying budget airlines even to Europe, and we saved a bunch of money. Okay, I got a couple questions about meetup in Minnesota, and are you coming back to the Midwest anytime soon? We miss you. I miss you too. I don't have like anything booked. Actually, that's a lie. I'm going to Chicago this weekend for a gals trip with some of my old roommates from college, and I'm so excited about that. I haven't been to Chicago in so long. Aside from that, Alex and I are talking about potentially going to Minnesota and Wisconsin for like around 4th of July time. We haven't booked anything, but we're just like talking about it. When you first started YouTube, were you nervous about the opinions from those you knew? Oh my God, yes. I didn't tell anybody for 2 to 3 years. So I started my channel in sophomore year of high school. People found out senior year. So I kept it a secret, and I lived a Hannah Montana life, you guys, for years. I was scared, honestly, of like people's opinions, because I was just figuring it out. Like this wasn't a job. It was just like, I'm just filming makeup videos in my room. Like how weird is that? Like people would think I'm so weird. I just kept it like my secret little hobby. Like I just came home from school and filmed a little video in my bathroom, and then just like, I don't know, it was so weird, but like sounds so sketchy, honestly. So I was just like, I don't know how people are gonna react to this, and I just don't want the attention or the questions. And then she had a second question. If you were nervous about the opinions from others, how did you overcome that? Basically, I kind of just like had to. I was kind of forced out of my secrecy because I started working with 17 magazine in their magazine as their beauty smarties. So I would go to New York and I would shoot like the little tutorials in the magazines. Actually, I have them over here if you guys want to see this. This is so cute. I need to figure out where to put these, but it's funny that I was in the magazine of 2 like Demi Lovato ones, which was funny. I don't know which one was first. I think this one was the first magazine I was ever in. So, oh yeah, here's a beauty. Oh my God, this is bringing me back, you guys. I think this was my first ever magazine appearance here, and so I did like the step-by-step tutorial. I'm a fetus, and oh yeah, this is my first one because it says meet our new beauty smartie Caitlin. I honestly wasn't going to tell people, like even when this started coming out, but what's weird is I specifically remember one of my guy friends like came up to me in the hallway between class and was like, so like you're in 17, and I was like, what? And I remember I turned so red. I was like, what do you mean? He told me his younger sister subscribed to the magazine and saw me in there, and so I was like, and so he was so confused, and that's kind of when I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to address this now. So this is me doing a Lord makeup tutorial. This was my inspo. I am so pale. 17 did also a YouTube issue, and then I was actually just in a Maybelline ad on this one. Like I'm such a baby. Do I look like me? Anywho, it was like once that started coming out that like people were subscribed to it in high school, so they started noticing and they were like, what, why are you in the magazine? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, you're a peasant. So those are all of the questions I'm going to answer today. Thank you guys so much for sending in all of your questions. I had so much fun. I feel like I need to do these more often just because it's fun to like sit down with you guys. I think it's fun to like check up on each other, you know what I mean? If you guys like Q&As, I do them pretty often as well on my stories. Check out my Q&A tab on my Instagram so you guys can like see even more. Also, don't forget to check out Hair Food. You guys can get this at Walmart. Again, I will link them down below. You guys can check out all of the different collections they have, and then we can both have bomb hair and like smell so good together like twins. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah!